For the last month, I and the other priests of the cathedral have been preaching on 3 particular words: live, grow, and act. All intentional to give us that annual reminder that we have a responsibility to take ownership of our faith. And in a mature faith requires that we be living it with integrity, actually contributing to the growth of the faith in our local community, and to put into action our faith. So, now that we've been talking about this for a few weeks, I'm going to be sharing these commitment cards with you this weekend. These commitment cards are an opportunity for us all, every individual, to make a little commitment. We have a list of ways that you can live your faith, grow your faith, and act on your faith. So I'm going to walk you through this, to give you a heads up of what's coming. Something I'm particularly excited about. But what you'll notice is on the very front cover of it, we have the prayer of peace, what's sometimes called the St. Francis prayer. But in my mind, this is kind of what's a good little prayer that we can say that reminds us of why we need to make commitments to the church, to live, grow, and act. This prayer says, "Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, for it is in giving that we receive," etc. We live in a world of chaos. There's lots of reasons to be upset. There's lots of injury, despair, darkness. There's a great need for consolation and understanding. There's a great lack of love. There's a lack of pardoning, etc. But this prayer reminds us that it's in giving that you receive, that we ask Jesus to help us become instruments. Instead of demanding in this spirit of a spiritual entitlement, that actually our greatest joy and our peace is going to come by living, growing, and acting on our faith. So that's what that prayer is for. This is where we're coming from. There's this little quote here: everything flows from a spirit of gratitude, responsibility, and growth. Then you got on this card, you're going to see a perforation. You're going to rip this card in half. One half you get to keep. The side that's got the prayer of peace, you're going to keep that. And over here you're going to put in, "I commit to live my faith by going to Mass regularly and then you kind of put in what your commitment is, your commitment to growth, to act." On this other side, what you're going to tear off and give to us is a spot for your name and information. Then there's a section here that says live. At SSJ, we live what we believe, and I will, and there's a list of things: attend Mass during the week, pray, have personal prayer for 15 minutes daily, visit adoration, go to confession once a month, join an SSJ prayer group, etc. So there's some options, a spot for you to put something else. Each of these commitments, you might already be doing these things, so it's not like I'm asking you to do something you're not doing. I'm just asking, this is an opportunity for us to concretely put it into writing. Yes, I am making a commitment. I'm not just going through the motions. We don't want to get complacent. This whole campaign of sorts is a campaign of, let's not be complacent. Let's make sure that we are actively pursuing the Lord and being instruments of His peace. So it's, whether you're doing this or not, you're going to put just what your commitment is and how you're going to live your faith with integrity. A commitment to growth. At SSJ, we give back with increase. We want to see the faith grow in this community, and therefore we need commitments. So you might want to commit to a recurring giving online. Maybe a lot of you, 60% of the parish has done that, has committed to online recurring gifts, which helps us have the stability and the foresight of how we can budget things. Just that steady income helps us. And again, all the income goes to the faith formation, the practical stuff that we do day to day. You might commit to supporting through other gifts or increasing your monthly giving. There's just some options there, and you can fill in your own thing. And then you will say on the card that you keep, you'll remind yourself, to play my part in the growth of this community, I commit to the following financial giving plan. Just to be intentional. Sometimes we kind of make that, oh yeah, I'll do that eventually. But this is a reminder that, no, I have made a commitment. And maybe you already made the commitment, but you're putting it in writing for your sake and for our help. Then the back side of it, at SSJ, we give of ourselves, of our time. And I will, and then it's got a list of different ministries that we have here in different sections. From liturgy, for example, those who help us take care of the linens. There's a lot of cloths used in the Mass. And so we have teams that help us with that. We've got ambassadors, lectors, the environment team, etc. Then we have music. And on this, you're going to see I's and A's. And you can circle an A, like I want to be actively involved, or I am involved, or I'm interested in joining. The I is for interested, A is for active. And in the music program, we want to see who's interested in wanting to sing, play an instrument, want to help the music program in some other way. How often can you commit? Once a week, once a month, once a year. Religious education, and then the various parish and organizations we have here. You filled that out for us, and then you put on your half, I commit to give of my time at SSJ in the following ways. This is all just a tool to help us. Again, maybe this is the same thing you've done every year, and you're just going to put that in writing for us. Or maybe you feel inspired to try something new, or to begin something that you have never done before. This is all to help you do that. I want every individual, it's not just families, to fill these out. Every individual. Because mothers and fathers might have different commitments in their own personal prayer. Again, this is every individual ought to be living their faith with integrity. Every individual should be trying to discern how to contribute to the growth of this community. Although maybe couples might be, the mom and the dad might put the exact same thing on that part of the card. And then every individual should be thinking about how they might give up their time. We also want children to fill these out. So we have a separate card that looks like this for children. We've adjusted some things. We have the prayer of peace, and then we've got some simpler commitments that a child can make. And same thing, they're going to tear it up and give one half to us, and give the other half, and keep the other half to remind them of this prayer and of which commitments they made. This is for every individual. Teenagers might want to fill the adult one. And it's just an opportunity for all of us to seriously consider, yes, I'm going to make a commitment. We all make commitments that we don't fulfill 100%, and that's okay. But there's grace in making a promise to the Lord, in making a commitment, and we need to do this regularly. So this is what we're doing right now. This is what I'm inviting you to do this coming weekend. You'll see me at Mass explaining more about this, but I wanted to give you a heads up and to talk you through what it is. I'm excited, and I'm so grateful for all that you do for our community. God bless you.